right now on WCCO Mid-Morning. Concerns for fraud causing a potential freeze in childcare funds. The latest in the fraud crisis. Today's the day it all comes to a close. Stranger Things takes a bow from the big screen. And how to start your new year on the right foot with Relationship Reboot. Plus, there's still time to help veterans in need. A look at where your donations go.
You're watching WCCO Mid-Morning with Heather Brown and AJ Hilton. Now we're talking.
Thanks for joining us for Mid-Morning. Also streaming on CBS News Minnesota, I'm Maria Lizignoli.
And I'm Beret Leone. AJ and Heather have the day off. We're following major developments in Minnesota's fraud crisis, specifically related to child care. Here's the latest.
We believe the state of Minnesota has allowed scammers and fake daycares to siphon millions of taxpayer dollars over the past decade.
The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services says it's freezing child care funds for Minnesota after a YouTuber claimed to uncover fraudulent centers in a viral video. The state gets about $185 million in federal funds each year. The HHS Deputy Secretary says he's demanded Governor Tim Walz to audit the centers featured in that video. The governor responded on X saying, quote, "This is Trump's long game. We've spent years cracking down on fraudsters. It's a serious issue, but this has been his plan all along. He's politicizing the issue to defund programs that help Minnesotans."
Some of the featured child care centers are firing back. This is footage from one of their security cameras proving kids were present when the YouTuber stopped by. The allegations of fraud are having real consequences. Take a look at this child care facility that says it's dealing with the fallout of those fraud allegations. The Nokomis Daycare Center in Minneapolis says vandals did extensive damage there overnight yesterday. They believe divisive and hateful rhetoric toward the Somali community is to blame. We expect to learn more details later today.
And new this morning, the ringleader of the Feeding Our Future scheme is being ordered to pay up for the crime. Amy Bach, the founder of Feeding Our Future, was found guilty taking tens of millions of dollars meant to feed hungry children during the pandemic. Just yesterday, a judge ordered Bach to forfeit $5.2 million. Updates to the fraud crisis are coming in fast, and we will follow it all for you. Stay with WCCO and CBS News Minnesota for the latest details as they happen.
Let's get a check-in on our next weather forecast right now. Meteorologist Joseph Dames joining us. The weather has been changing rapidly this morning.
It sure has. Yeah, we mentioned it's like a snow globe outside of our station right now. The snow has really ramped up within the last hour or so. It started off light and almost as rain, and then it transitioned to just some snowflakes out there. So that's what you'll be seeing if you're heading out the door, and you can kind of see that batch right over the cities at this hour as this system is dragging across the state, and it's going to pull down to the southeast as we work through the morning hours. Well, here you go. This is definitely the heaviest moment for the snow, and it has been coming down again for about an hour or so, and there's a coating on the ground, a glazing on the streets. Now, they did a great job overnight treating those roads, but just be careful if you're heading out. I'm expecting us to see an accumulation upwards to about an inch of snow. And then once we head into the afternoon, I'm not anticipating any new snow. You could see it coming down if you really focus on the camera there. Green tower for the precipitation. Well, it's still mild. I mean, it's quite warm right now. And that cold air up north in Bemidji and Grand Rapids, well, that is heading our direction, ladies. And by the time we head into this evening, we're already going to be down in the teens. I'll show you your night forecast tonight because I know a lot of people are going to be going out for New Year's Eve. So we'll talk more about those temperatures coming up.
Awesome. Thanks, Joseph.
Yes.
Now, we have a positive update for you this morning out of Stewartville.
The wrestler hurt in a shooting earlier this month at Stewartville High School is now out of the hospital and back home. Investigators say 19-year-old Logan Moyer shot the high schooler before taking his own life. Starting today, Minnesotans can begin applying for paid time off to care for themselves or their loved ones.
Beginning on January 1st, a new law requires workers to get up to 12 weeks each of medical and family leave, with a maximum of 20 weeks per year. Employees will then receive a percentage of each paycheck based on their income. Minnesota's payroll tax pays for the program. You can apply for leave through the state's website, paidleave.mn.gov.
It's New Year's Eve, and with the new year comes new goals.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, do you guys have New Year's resolutions?
Yeah, I do have, I do and I don't. I kind of like to look at them as goals. I try to simplify it.
Yeah.
Make it a specific number. Like you actually, you encouraged me this year to read more and give a number to it, because you said, I'm going to read 25 books.
Yeah.
Kind of holds you accountable a little bit.
I know.
It does.
You
And
guys better. Yeah.
I'm almost there. I have 80 pages left on my 20th book. So that's what I'm doing tonight.
Get to work.
I know. I gotta read a little more today. But I love setting resolutions. I just love the fresh beginnings. Less screen time is one for me, which I feel like we all could step back from, right?
There's a moment in the day where I'm like, I gotta sit down and crash and watch something, and so I'm kind of with you there. I think for me, I just want to cook more. I avoid going out to eat or getting food out. I just want to create some more food and
at home,
learn some new recipes and
okay, that's a good goal. I like that.
Maybe I should put a number to it.
Yeah. Hey,
3 meals a week.
Keep it simple. Oh, 3.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe 1. Maybe start
big or
with
go
1.
home.
I already got that done, so I'm just, but we'll see how.
We're looking for your feedback as well. What are your New Year's resolutions? A lot of people say working out, like Barrett and I said, reading more. Did you keep your 2025 resolutions? And if so, what happened and what helped? Send us your thoughts by going to our WCCO Facebook page, and we'll share some a little bit later here in the show.
Okay, and the countdown is on, but we're not talking about the new year.
No. We're talking about the highly anticipated conclusion of Stranger Things.
Oh, yes.
It's happening tonight. What are your theories? Expectations? Let's talk about it next.
And it was a year full of pop culture moments, from Team Conrad or Jeremiah to the infamous 6'7". 6'7". We're digging into those top trends for 2025. Stay with us.
We failed. We never stood a chance. This is not over. Not by a long shot.
Well, it is about to be over. The conclusion we've been waiting for is happening tonight. The final episode of Stranger Things premieres at 7 Central Time on Netflix and at several local theaters for those who want to see it on the big screen.
Okay, just seeing that little mini trailer, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm so excited. Yes.
So ready.
I'm so ready. I'm a little sad that it's all coming to an end because it started 2016, 10 years ago.
Yeah, I cannot believe that.
Isn't that wild?
We have followed these actors throughout their childhood. It's crazy.
And now they have like facial hair and they're full of adults.
Millie Bobby Brown is a mother. Like, that's wild.
Are you watching this right away, or are you gonna savor it and save it? What are you doing?
I'm like fully caught up. Like I'm ready for the episode tonight, the finale. I don't think I'm going to be able to watch it tonight because
it's New Year's Eve.
It's New Year's Eve.
First of all,
and we wake up early, so it's always a little tricky.
I know.
But
by the time we go, it's a 2-hour episode, so by the time we go to bed, it's going to be 9 p.m. and that's late.
Cutting it close.
Pretty late.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna have to like avoid social media, so you don't like see what's going on. It's one of those situations. Yeah. I bowed out like season 2, though. I am so tempted to go back in and catch back up because what they've done. I mean, it's so cool. It's like a movie every single time.
Yeah, that's what I did. Before this last season came out, I went back and rewatched the entire thing, and it was so much. I forgot how good this show was.
Well, over 10 years. And you were saying like there's a lot of callbacks in this final season, which makes me want to go back and rewatch some of it too.
Because you forget some of the things.
Yeah. Man.
I'm very excited. I still have one more episode of this newest season, and then of course the season finale. But I'm planning on, I'll tough it out.
Yeah. You stay up and do it?
Hopefully. We'll see.
We'll see.
You may as well go to midnight then after that. Watch it, get to midnight.
Yeah, make it there.
Come back here 3 hours later.
Good nap. Just a real good nap. And
a nap will be needed. I am like a little tempted to go to the theater because I love the hype. I think that's why I like this show so much. Is I'm just like if there's a hype, I'm gonna jump on the wagon and see what's going on.
100%.
Yeah, being with other fans would be fun.
In theaters.
Do you think you know what's gonna happen? Like,
no.
Have you guys figured it out?
No,
I don't.
How it's gonna wrap up?
I really don't. After 10 years,
it's great that it's like
and
keeping it all the way to the very end.
Yes. And although I
Don't
wish
blow
it
the
was
finale.
Yeah.
Don't blow it.
I know, and it's always like, oh, will it let us down? Like I'm always like a little worried when you've enjoyed something for so long, for 10 years, and
I hope they nail it.
I do too.
I think they
we'll
will.
See.
I think they will.
We'll have another talker about how things ended next
tomorrow.
week. Yeah, tomorrow. Oh man.
Okay, speaking of ending, the year is ending,
Yes,
and we're
it
taking
is.
a look back at the big pop culture moments of the year.
Oh yeah. From Labubu's on your bags. Those things are scary. Yeah. To the new ER show called The Pit going viral. There were plenty of trends and viral clips in 2025. Okay, Labubu's. I still don't understand that.
I don't get the hype. That's one hype I can't get behind. They're
Yeah,
scary.
they're just like little freaky monsters.
I know.
And you had to go through a lot of trouble to actually get one.
Like, people
that was
were
like an official one.
and
It
like
just seemed
spending
like-
money.
I think that's what
Yes.
it is. Anytime things are like
Yes.
limited and they're tough to get, you know, like we had Furbies when I was growing up.
Yeah,
like, those
Beanie
were
Babies.
equally ugly.
Yeah.
You know, and
But
like
people loved
not
them,
funny.
yeah.
I didn't understand those
Creepy.
either. So
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
just the same, but.
Okay, what about The Pit? Did anyone watch that one?
I watched The Pit
Did you?
recently too because the new
really?
season comes out
Yep.
here in early
Yeah, yeah,
January,
yeah.
and
January
I am hooked.
Me too.
Are you?
Me too.
So hooked.
So good.
It is so good.
makes you wanna watch it.
If you haven't watched it,
Okay.
it is like you're in emergency room, a lot of detail in there.
It is a little
Yeah.
gory
But
and actually
keeps you
really
going.
kind of stressful.
It can be. It's
Kind
kind
of
of
stressful to watch for sure.
Yeah, and the acting is wonderful.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've heard
it's-
the acting's good.
It's just good. So there's some amazing TV shows on. I mean, we were just talking about
Yeah.
Stranger Things,
Yes.
The Pit.
Yeah.
Awesome.
My
what
husband
about-
watched that one.
Yeah, The Pit. Catch up.
can
Catch up. I got to do it.
I need to catch up on K-pop Demon Hunters.
Me too.
I never saw
I haven't
it.
seen it.
Nope. Yeah, 3 strikes.
I'm shocked,
3 strikes.
Joseph.
No, that's Heather Brown is all in. AJ all in. But I have
They
no
both
idea.
have kids.
Yeah.
and
Need the
kids
kids,
were
yeah.
obsessed with it this year.
Yeah.
A lot of
Obsessed with
Halloween costumes.
Yeah, my
so
niece
that
was Rumi. I think,
Really?
is the
Really?
Yep.
I think that's the character.
Yes, and that's the gal from Minnesota. Minnesota ties, right?
Yes.
Arden
yes.
Cho, I believe.
Arden Cho,
right?
from Apple Valley.
Yes, from Apple Valley. Yeah, so that's a fun little. It makes me want to watch it when there's a local connection.
I know. I know.
I know. Lots of TV shows though that had moments. The Summer I Turned Pretty. I was like very into that. My boys, Jeremiah and Conrad.
That's one I haven't. Have you seen it?
No.
Okay, well,
Shocker.
there's like teams. What team were you on?
Obviously, Team Conrad. If
Oh,
you were Team
right.
Jeremiah,
Obviously.
we didn't watch the same show. But
I
it's
have no idea what you're talking about, but
I got a little
agree.
too
Gotta be
into
Team
it.
Conrad,
My husband's
apparently.
rolling his eyes somewhere if he heard me saying these things. But oh my gosh. And of course, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift got engaged this year. That was another viral moment.
She dropped a huge album too, Life of a
Yeah.
Showgirl.
Yeah.
Which was great. I loved it.
So good. I remember where I was when I saw the Instagram
is
post.
that was like the
I was at work.
pinnacle of the year, like right there.
That was
Like
a
the
peak.
royal wedding. It's gonna be-
Yes.
Okay, quick mention, the kiss cam from Coldplay.
Oh,
that was wild.
yeah.
And
Insane.
kind of hilarious and super awkward.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of
But that
memes.
was a
Let's
good
have
one.
more of that though in
Yeah.
the new year because that was fun.
For
Yeah,
sure.
you know, if Labubu is the big thing for next, something similar, then that's, that's
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
That's a quiet year. That might be a good thing. That might be a good thing for us. That might be a good thing for
We're
us.
starting out the new year kind of wild outside though.
Yeah, it's going to be a little snowy here for a while, and then it gets cold, and then we might have some more snow tomorrow morning. I mean, we've had multiple mornings now where it's been coming down, and safe to say that it is happening right now as well. You can see the views outside, and I'll show you a zoomed-in version from right below our tower. And it's a green tower because we were ready for this snow this morning. And if you really focus in, and if I stand here long enough, you might see some snow blowing on by. It is really coming down right now. And from about now till probably about 10:30 or so is when we'll get a good bulk of this snow. And then things will start tapering off as we approach lunchtime. And then the south and southeast portion of the state and into western Wisconsin will still hold on to that threat for some snow into the early afternoon. So there you go, wet and snowy through midday. Just take it easy if you're going to be hitting the roads. They did an awesome job the last couple of days, and late last night as temperatures were jumping up to like 34 degrees, I think we hit mid-30s in some locations. We had a lot of melting going on, and the roads were quite easy this morning, but they might get a little slippery as we go through the day today. However, temperatures crashing all the way down to near zero by midnight, so it's a night where you're going to have to really bundle up. It won't be snowy like this, but it is definitely going to be cold out there. We'll see a little more snow tomorrow morning as well. That's a change to the forecast I want to tell you more about. And then as we head into the weekend, we should boost our temperatures back up, hopefully to the 20s, and then I think more so maybe even the 30s by the time we head into early next week. I want to show you our visibility in miles here. This is a good indication that that snow is coming down pretty hard. In some spots, that visibility is below a mile. So again, if you're heading out to grab some last minute things, or you just need to get out and take a break from being, bottled up indoors, watch out for the low and poor visibility as well. You can see on the radar that is really coming down around the metro area. This is all dragging down to the southeast, as I mentioned earlier, and right behind it, the cold air. Fargo 8, Winnipeg 4 below. We're at 31. Yes, that cold air will be moving in our direction again, as I mentioned, through the day. Next 4 hours, or 6 hours rather, we're down into the teens by 4 p.m. And then look what happens for your night. As I mentioned, those temperatures will be falling pretty quickly. We get down to about 4 degrees by the time we get into midnight. I want to show you really quickly on the weather models what happens early tomorrow as things clear out and we cool down. We stay dry, but then early tomorrow about 7, 8, 9 a.m. here comes our next round of snow, and I think this one could also drop about a ½ an inch to an inch, which if we get about an inch today, that could push us into that 2-inch range. So just know that we have a good dosing of snow for the next 48 hours on and off. But there you go. Look at early next week, back near freezing. And I think we could get our thaw back on at that point in time.
All right, bringing in the new year nice and cool.
That's right.
All right, cool. As we prepare to go into next year, we're looking at what we're going to be taking with us and what we're going to be leaving behind. Also, we can thrive in 2026. That's next in Relationship Reboot.
WCCO Mid-Morning with Heather Brown and AJ Hilton. Now we're talking.
Happy New Year's Eve. Yes, welcome back. We are here on a very snowy morning that it continues to change pretty quickly.
It looks like a snow globe, Joseph.
It does around here. Yeah, I mean, this is the snowiest moment of the morning so far, and it is really coming down, and I still think we can get about an inch of snow before this all wraps up. So we're doing pretty good this morning. Just watch out when you're heading on the roads if you have to go to the store or anything, because it is going to be slippery out there. Gets cold tonight. We start off the new year cold with another chance for snow. I'll discuss that coming up in my full forecast around 9:48.
Joseph, thanks. Paying attention to your body can be the difference between life and death. And we know that a man in Blaine who was in his 20s found that out firsthand.
Yeah, and his decision to keep seeking help likely saved his life. Our Shayla Reeves explains how.
Life can be full of unexpected twists and turns, but for Spencer Pica, he is not taking life for granted. For you, Spencer, life changed unexpectedly. You were outside doing some work, and what happened for you back in 2020?
It was peak COVID, and thought that, I caught it, and, no one kind of knew what was really happening. No one really knew what to look for or what to do. I had a tough time breathing. I couldn't lay down without coughing. It was just kind of just feeling tired the entire time, whether I got great sleep or not. It was just exhausting. My mom just kind of recommended that I go into a doctor and kind of see what they can do for me, and I did, and the rest is kind of history from there.
When you went to the doctor, initially they thought maybe you had a cold. They gave you an inhaler and sent you home. And then a couple weeks later, you're getting ready for a meeting with work, and the shortness of breath returned.
Yep. One morning I had a big meeting I was preparing for, and I didn't get any sleep because I was coughing the whole night, couldn't lay down. Something is really off, and I don't know what it is, but I can't move without coughing. And
that persistence is likely why you're still here.
Was experiencing heart failure.
Okay. And then what was the solution? What did they decide to do?
So because I was in an extremely advanced stage of heart failure, it was two options. It was either an LVAD, left ventricle assist device, or a heart transplant. Because it pretty much gave me 2 weeks to live if I didn't make any choices. So it was kind of like, all right, I'm going to listen, because this is, this is make or break for me. So
you hear that at 28.
27 actually. I had all this happened over my birthday too, unfortunately, in 2020. So
33 years old now. Do you feel more compelled to live life to the fullest?
100%. Life is short. I mean, there's tragedy all over the world. People die young, everything like that. You know, nobody really knows. And so kind of getting this second chance at life with this device, it really just kind of pushes me to be like, hey, live your best life, do everything that you possibly can, check those bucket list items off, and, you know.
And one of those for you was going back to Porcupine Mountain.
Yep. Really just, you know, it's kind of now it's kind of like a flag in the rock to keep going back to say, hey, I still can do this. I'm still, you know, alive and well enough that I can do these things.
All right, and the pump is making it possible.
The pump is making it possible. Yep.
All right, before we let you go, you celebrated something pretty exciting this year.
Yeah, a few months ago I got married to the love of my life, Emma. She's been nothing but supportive and, you know, my #1 teammate. So. All
right, before we let you go, what's next?
Honeymoon coming up in the springtime. We kind of waited a little bit just to kind of recoup from the wedding, but the honeymoon's coming up.
All right, and another trip to Porcupine Mountain.
And another trip to the Porcupine Mountains.
All right, thank you so much, Spencer,
thank you
for being with us today. I'll go ahead and send it back to you.
Congratulations, Spencer. Now, he says he learned that he had an enlarged heart in high school, but didn't actually experience any issues until his heart failure diagnosis in his 20s. But now he says he's looking forward to snowmobiling with his family and just enjoying all the winter outdoor activities that he loves. It is the season of giving, and the Twin Cities Salvation Army needs your help to reach its fundraising goals as the year comes to an end.
Yeah, the organization says it needs an additional $250,000 to meet its year-end goal. If you donate today, funds are being matched up to $500,000 through a grant from the Richard M. Schultz Family Foundation and other donors. That means your donations can go twice as far. Right now, the need for assistance is growing as families face higher prices and fewer benefits from some state programs.
We've really seen a spike in the last year of people coming to us for assistance, and as much as 20% have gone up. A lot of families who are now going to food shelves have never gone to food shelves before.
The Salvation Army says donations can be made through online gifts, phone contributions during business hours, or checks postmarked by today. If you're still looking for your New Year's plans, there's plenty of fun ways to celebrate here in the Twin Cities.
For example, a different kind of wild New Year's Eve celebration. The Minnesota Zoo has a kid-friendly noon Year's Eve party happening this morning. Rather than counting down to midnight, they'll be celebrating at noon. You get to ring in the new year as the animals enjoy the winter weather. There's going to be sweet treats and a DJ booth at the Penguin Lobby. Then over at Discovery Bay, kids can dance to their own beats with a silent disco. And the Minnesota Lodge will have a sensory craft lounge. And the Mall of America has 2 events planned for families to celebrate 2026.
Yeah, starting at noon, the Crayola Experience will have an early New Year's celebration, perfect for families. That's going until 2 with crafts, a DJ, and more. Also starting at noon, an all-day party at Nickelodeon Universe with your favorite characters, of course. And maybe you're looking for an outdoor adventure to close out 2025. Well, you can head over to Roseville to skate your way into the new year.
Happening from 2 until 9, the largest skating party in Minnesota is happening at the Roseville Skating Center. Lace up your skates and take your pick between the indoor rink or the outdoor oval. It's $10 to skate and $5 for skate rentals. And speaking of celebrating on the ice, the World Junior Hockey Championships are still happening right here in Minnesota.
Yeah, they sure are. And Team USA plays their final preliminary round against Sweden tonight at Grand Casino Arena. Puck drop is set for 5. And if you want to celebrate the start of 2026 with your fellow hockey fans, you've got to check out Rice Park tonight. There's going to be live music, a fireworks show, a disco puck drop. That's happening around 8 o'clock. And in honor of the championship, we thought it's also important to honor the people behind the players, the moms who make it all happen.
Our Heather Brown, a hockey mom herself, caught up with the 2026 Hockey Mom of the Year.
You didn't grow up playing hockey.
No.
It's all new to you.
Yep. It's been a learning curve.
We know most any parent
We joke about the early mornings,
would do most anything for their kids.
late nights, and the stinky gear, you know, shoving all the kids into one car.
It's just hockey moms do it.
Sorry, I get kind of into it at the boards down there.
I see.
I get it.
Wrapped in layers of fleece.
Oh, nice shot.
I brought my blanket too.
Yeah, it's a necessity.
Jacqueline Nowakowski, mom to 5-year-old Jake, 8-year-old Owen, and 11-year-old Centennial Pee Wee Leo, was one of 5 Hockey Mom finalists to be recognized last month.
Hockey Mom All-Star of the Year is Jacqueline Nowakowski!
I'm happy to represent all Hockey Moms, and we're all doing it together. We're all just in one big community.
A community she had no idea she'd need as much as she does.
I felt a lump in my left breast in about April.
Jacqueline was diagnosed in June.
It was the last week of school, and it was, you know, this is cancer. And at the time, it was really scary.
She underwent 12 weeks of chemo and had a mastectomy in October. Right away, there were meals, gift cards, carpool offers, pink T-shirts for the boys, pink hockey tape for their sticks. Even moms who coached opposing teams chipped in.
You think about their family, their kids, they're just how their lives are going to change and whatever you can do to help.
And while all that stuff really mattered,
I can't express how thankful I am and like to this community, just hockey in general.
It was the quiet words to Leo that mattered the most.
His peers would ask him, how are you? How are things? How's your mom? Just for people to ask that, you know, meant a lot. And that's what hockey has brought us, is a sense of normalcy. You know?
Yeah, I do. Something that shines through in this team of 10 and 11-year-olds whose friend is now regularly being interviewed on the news.
She's been through a lot, and I feel like she is really supportive, and I feel like she just deserved it.
It's amazing. Like, this experience is awesome. You'll look back, and he's old enough to understand like what happened this summer, like what we've been through as a family, but he'll also remember the good time. I'm thankful for that. So to be here means everything. You know, I wouldn't be anywhere else. So.
In Circle Pines.
I mean, that's the definition of a true hockey mom.
Heather Brown, WCCO 4 News.
Now, Jacqueline does have more treatments at the beginning of the new year, but doctors say her prognosis looks good. And the entire family plans on watching as much of the World Junior Tournament as they can.
Well, earlier we asked you about New Year's resolutions. Did you stick to your goals in 2025? Are you making new ones for 2026? So Cheryl says, like so many of us, I would really like to focus on better health, including eating healthier and exercising.
Lori says, what is a resolution? I try to do better every day.
I like that.
Go, Lori.
Yeah. Callie says, I try to do a new recipe and or eat something I haven't tried before each month. Oh, I like that one too.
Joseph,
that's a unique
take
one.
notes.
Yes.
That's a good one. Oh, well, thank you so much for your feedback. And this year may be coming to a close, but there's still time to give back.
Our partnership with the Minnesota Assistance Council for Veterans, it continues. We'll have a deeper look at their mission and how you can help next. But first, here's today's CBS Deals.
End veteran homelessness in Minnesota. And with us right now is President and CEO of MACV, Neil Lloydel. Thank you so much for being here.
Good morning. Thanks for having me today.
Happy New Year. And as we are closing out 2025, what do you see as MACV's most significant achievements for the year?
Well, it was significant this year was a functional end to long-term homelessness and chronic homelessness, and essentially an effective end to veteran homelessness overall, meaning we can stably house people within 90 days of an episode of homelessness.
Wow.
That's huge.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Minnesota tends to kind of lead, is a national leader when it comes to veteran homelessness. So what are we doing right here in Minnesota?
I think it's really the collaborative. It's not MACV. We're one of 17 or 23, depending upon who you're counting, organizations that are involved specifically in helping veterans who are experiencing homelessness. And it's very collaborative. So there's not a lot of, sort of infighting in that group, as opposed to maybe in some states where part of the challenge is just to figure out where you can go or who can help you.
You have multiple different organizations providing help or even asking for donations. That's interesting. So what are some of those priorities and systems and supports that are in place that help try to end veteran homelessness here in the state?
Well, we have a range of programs, direct financial assistance, which means we pay people's rents, right, until they can get back on their feet, and help with furnishings and whatnot. We have an employment program, because if you can't sustain your rent, you're not going to be able to stay in your place. We do some small legal work. We really try to do what needs to be done to keep somebody stably housed.
It's such important work. We just love partnering with MACV in the Home for the Holidays campaign. I mean, why is something like that, this campaign, so important, especially this time of year?
Well, it's probably three big things, right?
Yeah.
One, of course, is the financial component. We'll probably raise $1 million this year on Home for the Holidays. We're still a little bit short.
Wow.
So,
okay.
you know,
still time to give.
And there's still time.
But secondly, is the communications piece.
Yeah.
You know, we through WCCO and the Twins, you put us in front of people and in homes and things like that. And then third is the partnerships. I mean, this is one of the most respected institutions in the state, WCCO, and so when you can partner with somebody who already has a great reputation, you know, it helps your reputation along the way. So it's more than the money, but that's also a very important thing for us to be able to have.
You did mention there is still time and money needed to get to that $1 million for the year. What are some of the most important ways that people can continue supporting?
I think the best thing you can do to continue to support us is to understand that this can happen. So many people say you'll never be able to do it. There's still going to be a lot of demand and need, and all of that is true. But if you have the hope that you can do this, you can do this. You know, one of our veterans at the last event said, you know, being homelessness is not the end. You can come out of this. You can come out on top.
Yeah.
I think that's the message.
Yeah. There's hope ahead.
There's hope ahead.
There's hope ahead.
Really appreciate your time, Neil. Thank you so much. And there's still time to give. So we know we're close to that $1 million goal, and one way you can help is through donations. You can text MACV to 44321. Of course, you can donate online at wcco.com/holidays.
And a live look outside downtown Minneapolis, you can see those snowflakes falling. Joseph, this weather is really picking up.
Yeah, it has. You know, this morning it was very, very quiet and very, very mild through the overnight hours. And about 8 a.m. we finally started to pick up some of that snowfall around here, and we have a pretty heavy band over the top of us right now, extending down into the bluffs of the Mississippi to Red Wing. This is when we're going to collect a good chunk of our snow. All right, going back to about 8 a.m., maybe a little bit earlier for some of those counties up to the northwest. And then we're going to probably wrap this up closer to lunchtime today, so everything is still on track. And I still believe could get about an inch, maybe a little bit more than that in some locations, and then a little less if you're scattered down to the southwest. This whole system is, again, dragging from the northwest down to the southeast. So if you're not seeing too much now and you're in areas of maybe Wabasha County, just wait it out. There's going to be some snow on the way, and then it should start drying up to the northwest, opening the door to just some cold air, and cold air that's going to seep, and we'll just call it spreading across the whole state today, eventually taking down our temperatures as we head into this afternoon and into tonight. For now, though, next weather tower is green. You can see those snow flurries blowing across the screen right there. We'll end that threat for snow, as I mentioned, right around lunchtime, which means the second part of your day should be dry. But you have to be careful out there because temperatures will be dropping. We have this new fresh snow on the ground, so the roads could be slippery. And if you're going to be out late tonight, maybe you're just grabbing dinner, maybe you're getting together with some friends, those temperatures will be dropping down pretty quickly. You'll probably be indoors late tonight, but if you're going from car to, or maybe, you know, wherever you need to go, that's going to be outside for a little bit. Just get ready for some very cold air. All right, very quickly, I just want to show you this 2025 in review of the cities. Our hottest day that we had was June 21st. By the way, this is just the calendar day. So 96 degrees was our high on the 21st there. Our coldest temperature fell down to 19 below. That was back in January on the 21st. Rainiest day was June 25th at 1.68 inches. You can see March 5th was our snowiest at 6.8, and our strongest wind gust happened August 16th at 62 miles per hour. All the excitement there, all wrapped up in one graphic. All right, here's the forecast again as we get into about 12:30. Still snowing down through areas like Owatonna to Faribault, extending into Zebroda, extending down to the southeast. Clears out, clear skies. We'll see some stars tonight for a little bit. And then our next speedy system moves on in tomorrow morning, about the same time. Very similar to what we have going on now, very similar to what we had going on yesterday morning, though I think it's going to be a little bit lighter. And temperatures will start off in the single digits versus the 30s. So we'll just get straight into snow versus maybe what we had this morning. And in some locations, we had some freezing drizzle, and we even had a little bit of rain in some spots. By Friday morning, we are dry, and hopefully we just stay dry for at least one of the mornings this week. And that is exactly what I see happening. I think on Friday we'll have some sun breaks again. Temperatures at about 16. I'll say this, hey, early next week, I think we're very close to freezing, so we'll melt off some of that snow and ice. But for now, we have some cold days coming, including tonight. Another courtesy reminder to bundle up late tonight.
Yeah, get your big fur coat, you know.
Yeah, if you're going
over
out
the
in town.
sequins, of course.
Make it fancy. Make it fancy.
There you go.
Preparations are happening around the globe as the new year is inching closer, and we're going to show you the celebrations and all those preps coming up next.
As we get ready to ring in a new year, it's common to look at it as a fresh start.
Yeah, kind of a moment to just reflect on what's helped us and what's kind of like weighed us down throughout the last year. In today's relationship reboot, Dr. Michael Walker is here to help us look at ways we can start our year lighter, healthier, and more connected.
Thank you for being here. Let's start with why transitions like New Year's Eve matter.
Yeah, well, you know, they call these, in the research, they call it a temporal landmark moment. And it's basically just saying that this is a time where we can kind of reflect, we can start things new, we can recommit, you know, increase motivation. And so it's really important that we do that. And so these moments like New Year's Eve, birthdays, anniversaries, those are all kind of temporal landmark moments. And so the key to this is really saying that, you know, it's inviting us to really reflect and not just setting a goal. Like goals are okay to do, but we need to reflect on what we have done and how we want to move forward with that, because habits are much better than just setting a goal, because that's how you actually accomplish that goal, is by sticking with your habits that you create.
And a habit that you have talked about is bringing positivity forward. Exactly what does that mean?
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes, you know, we can get stuck in ruts. You know, in our family this year, we've had a tough time with the loss of many people in our family, relatives. And so that can kind of have you in this rut moment. And so you're thinking about, how can I bring positivity into the new year? Because like I'll say, I was ready to get done with 2025. And so for me, it's not about just being consistent, like just saying constant happiness. It's more about saying, how can I ensure emotional safety? How can I make sure I'm repairing and being consistent with the relationships that I have? And so we know that the research tells us that strong relationships start or are built on appreciation and affirmation of each other. It's about, how do I repair conflict when it presents itself, and then how can I show up and be emotional presence for those that need it in times of toughness for families.
Yeah, absolutely. When you talk about relationships, what are some things you might want to leave behind in 2025, and what are some of the things that we're going to want to bring into the new year?
Yeah, this is a thing that we're doing this year with our family, that we're talking about something we're going to carry forward and something we're going to leave behind, like I was kind of sharing. And when we think about building on positivity, so something that carry forward is, we're thinking about like what practices or actions that we did that brought connections to our family this year. Was it around a shared meal? Was it just check-ins, or how we're connecting? What were some communication habits that really worked well for us, even if they were not perfect, right? Sometimes they're not always going to be perfect, but what worked? The key to this is, what are some boundaries that we utilized that helped us protect our emotional health, right? So those things are things that can help us bring and carry forward positivity into 2026. Now, when we think about some of the things to leave behind, you know, I've done some segments throughout the year around like resentment and things that were never addressed, right? Having unrealistic expectations of our partners or other friends and families that we may work with. The other one that really stands out to me is, folks, sometimes we have this ability to want to be people pleasers. And so how has that burned us out, and how can we leave some of those things behind? And so there could be other things that you leave behind. Maybe there's roles that you have within your family that you have just outgrown. You know, sometimes we are the fixer or the peacekeeper in our family, and that can be draining on us. And so maybe we want to leave that behind in 2025 and take on some new roles.
And it sounds like communication with those kinds of things is key when it comes to all of this. Thank you so much for joining us this morning and giving us all that great relationship advice about how we should really start the new year lighter with our loved ones.
Thank you.
You guys have a great day.
Heart failure isn't something most people would even consider possible when you're in your 20s.
But for a man that that reality could have cost him his life. How his persistence saved it. Next.
And a hockey mom with a special honor. We meet the Mom of the Year and her own special story. That's next.
Preparations are underway across the globe as the new year gets closer and closer.
They sure are. Over in London, clockmakers are putting in the work to make sure a historic landmark helps ring in the new year, literally. 200-year-old Big Ben will chime exactly at midnight, but right now the mechanics of the clock tower are being fine-tuned.
As it gets closer and closer, we do hourly time checks just to make sure that the clock is as close to proper time as we can get it.
Be perfect. And of course, preparations have been underway in New York City. The iconic Times Square celebration is pulling out all the stops this year. 2026 is extra special since it's the start to the celebration of America's 250th anniversary.
And here on CBS, we're taking you to Nashville to ring in the new year. Comedian Bert Kreischer and country music star Hardy will host the live event tonight. You can expect to see performances by some of country's biggest stars like Dierks Bentley and Gretchen Wilson.
You can join the party right here on WCCO live from Nashville. The Big Bash starts at 9:30 right after an earlier edition of WCCO's Late News at 9.
What do you think? Are we making it to midnight, you two?
Oh.
Are you joking?
I know. Sometimes I just like accidentally wake up around that time.
That's true.
So maybe I'll like roll out of bed and like
Happy New Year.
ring the bell.
Happy New Year.
Whatever you do.
But if you are going out tonight, you know, it's going to be cold, so bundle up.
It is the coldest, New Year's Eve night since 2022. So last 3 years, we've been in like the 20s and 30s. So this is going to be a cold one. It's going to feel like it's below zero, probably as early as 8 or 9 p.m., maybe even 6 or 7. So just make sure you're bundling up.
And stay safe out there on the roads, and get a DD if you need it, of course. Local news continues on our streaming service.